All right, I'm gonna make this really short and sweet. I quit my job in the middle of the day. Somebody who's about to move into their van, someone that's in debt, someone that's living in a world where the job market is horrible. hmm I was working from home doing medical collections. I don't mind working from home. I don't mind doing collections, but I don't know what it is about that job. One, they talk too much, and the process of trying to get the money is ridiculously stupid. But anyway, I quit in the middle of the day. Messaged her, told her it's a wrap, deleted all the stuff off of my computer. Let me tell you how my body was feeling. When you get to a certain age, you'll understand that your body just start doing some weird stuff, and your health. And I didn't have health issues, but your health is your number one priority. Bump everything else, because when you drop dead, their credit don't care about you. My van wouldn't care about me. My stuff would be gone. Just the whole 9 yards. And let me tell you what it was like. So I would be on the phone with someone, and I say it's almost getting up time, and I would milk the last call. I wouldn't have it so long to where I'm pissing them off or having them a whole or nothing, but I might make little conversations and getting them to engage as I go through the process. And there's like a minute or a half when I'm about to end it. Anything else I can assist you with? Well, thank you so much for being patient. I really do appreciate that. Put all the crap on it. All right. So then we had when you get done with a call, you have a 2 minute wrap up, and you want to use what you can use, do whatever within that 2 minutes. You don't want to go past that because it goes in the red, and then that kind of against you if you get too much of those. I used to X out of the system and clock out 5 o'clock, and my body would go. Oh. Let me tell you what my body would feel like. If you ever have a Charlie horse, you know that when they come, them jokers hurt. Which I could tell you of an effective way to get rid of them when you have one. It was crazy that I did it, but I didn't want to have that because my sleep was really good. Anyway, story time for another day. So when you have a Charlie horse and it hits you, it hurts. That thing, if a man want to know what a woman's contractions feel like, and when she's about to do what she got to do, when she pushing that baby out, that's a little bit of it. So Charlie horse comes, and then when it goes, you're like, but you can't really, because it's sore. My body would do that. My body would do that. My entire body. And it was messing with my mind so bad. And I remember one day clocking out. And it must have was a Thursday. It had to have been a Thursday. And I was like, I'm ready for the weekend. We got one more day. And why did I say we had one more day? My body went crazy and I started stressing out. I just hit the time clock to get off. And I'm worried about the next day that wasn't even promised me. Y'all, that thing went on. I remember one day just crying. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I did not. I don't know what it was. I can't tell y'all what it was because I don't know what it was. I have never been through that in my life. Never ever went through that in my life. I don't care what situation I went through in my life. I've never went through that in my life, and I couldn't do it. I was sitting there contemplating, how you gonna do this? You gonna get a part-time job to go with your night job, but your night job is seasonal, which we're out. We don't go back till July, August, and you have 2 jobs, but that job's about to end. And I realized I had a credit card that I can do a cash advance to get money off and pay the bills for that month. I log off of that system the next day, I messaged her, and I deleted all that crap off my computer. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know what the hell was going on with me, but when I did that, and I know I didn't have to go back, and the thought of that place afterwards, it was like, I slept so good. God is my witness. When I tell y'all, I was so peaceful in that house, just sleeping, just relaxing. I felt my body was like, I didn't have a care and a worry in the world. None. So probably after like a week and a half, I was like, okay, you got to find a job. If you got to get 2 jobs, a day and a night job to do the one to pay the bills, you got to do what you got to do. So all what I'm about to tell you happened within a 2-week span or a week and a half. I had 2 emails I kept from 2 ladies I was dealing with at the tip agency. One I heard from one time, the other one I would hear from all the time. The one I hear from all the time, I applied for a position on the website. I called her and, hey, asked her if she was an agent. She said, I just put you in for that job. I'll let you know something. Cool. The other one, I deleted her email because I didn't hear back from her. I applied for a banking position, and the HR lady, or the talent acquisition, or whatever she is with HR, she said that teller position is going to in-house. You have mortgage experience. Let me get you set up with an interview for that. And then another tip agency I reached out to, I applied for a position, and she called me shortly after to see if I'm in the market for a job. You saw where I applied, and I already had a profile with y'all. So she was like, you can apply for multiple position. I said, you have mortgage background. Let me get you set up for an interview. Okay. So she set me up with an interview. I didn't hear back from her, neither the job. And let me tell you how the interview went. The lady never called me. I had to call the tip agency, and they called back and said, oh, she said something came up, and she had to go take care of that. We're going to do it for another day. I asked the lady how long she could be hired. She said, within 2 to 3 business days or whatever. The tip agency and the lady never coming back. I did a Google review, which was bad, because let me know something. If I didn't get the job, I'm cool with that. I don't always get the jobs I apply for. So I did a bad review on their thing, and they're going to put down, hey, we need more information. You got everything you needed. That's it. You ain't talking to me about nothing. Didn't get that job. That's cool. Like I said, I didn't hear from him. The other bank where I applied for the teller position, I didn't get that one either. And I kind of knew because what they wanted me to do, I didn't really have experience when I kind of touched on it. I would have liked that job because, they getting big, and they bought a bank in California. Like they doing some things. So it's going to be hard to get in with them shortly. Keep them in my back pocket. So those 2 I did not get. What else was it? Mortgage. Why do I feel like it was another position? Okay, no, that's it. So then the lady coming back from the tip agency I've been in contact with, and she said, I got you set up for an interview. I did an interview with the lady. She ran her BS spiel. After she did her spiel, I'm at a store about to go grab some stuff. After she did her spiel, the lady's temp agency coming back to me, I have the job. So there's perks about this job. I get paid almost $5 more an hour, 50 minutes from the house. I am a temp, glad that I am. I'll tell you why. If I get in with them, the bonus is quarterly, and it's almost $10,000 a year. And if you don't know, I always get hired for jobs with high turnovers. And this company they don't even have a door. You know how you say they got a revolving door? This one don't even have a door. We'll get back into it when I return. All right, I took too long in that store. I got someplace I have to be. But anyway, so yes, the door is open. It doesn't revolve. Like the whole door and the door frame is gone. So, what are we waiting for? So you sat there the whole time with no cars coming? So, let me tell you how fast people are leaving. People are not even staying 2 weeks. I met one lady, she stayed there 2 weeks, and then she put in her 2 weeks notice. So people are actually leaving within a week. One lady said this guy was in his first week of training, and she said she was talking, and all of a sudden she heard somebody say, hey, this is too much. Do you not know, day one, they give you a test. You can't study, but you're supposed to know the answers. They stuff you with all of this information, boy, and expect for you to be on the phones by Wednesday. Those 3 days, they give you a test. The reason why you can't study the test is because you're sitting with a bunch of different people who's showing you things, and everybody got a different way of doing it. They don't have a instruction manual. They got steps on certain things. Everybody does things differently. One trainer don't know what the next trainer is doing. The manager who runs the place, she's a real tall, goofy lady, but I don't got no problem with her. And let me tell you something. There's a lady who's been there as a temp for 2 years. Let me tell you, watching 2 Caucasian women not like each other, but I'm not going to say the manager, the big lady, from what I understand, is she's not the problem. The other lady's the problem. This lady is determined to do what she want to do. I need to be, somebody teach me, how can you despise somebody for being in their face, kissing up, hey boss lady, and I did this, and every time she would catch that her boss did something wrong, she would bring it to her attention. Like the slickness, oh my gosh, that's a story time for another day. But anyway, so yeah, but she would never get the actual position because of what she did to that lady. So yeah, there's a lot of people that's temp. There's one guy, he's been there for a year, he's a temp. And because they don't know if and when they're going to place you or how long it's going to be, the temps are actually applying for different positions and got them. One's going to recovery, one's going to title, one's going to someplace. They have funding, credit, title, recovery, legal, and some other departments that you can go to. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot. The system is way behind. We got Citrix. I don't know if anybody knows what Citrix is. We have the oldest version. We have Teams. Our Teams is the oldest first version. It freezes up. You know how when you're on Teams and you can share your page, your screen, you can like share what you're looking at, and then you can, if you got two screens, you can pull one for one screen and put it over to the one screen that you're sharing, and they can see it can't do that. It can't do that. In the morning, every morning, you have to set your computer up to where you split screen, but you know how you right click to do the adjustment to where you can see one doc on one screen, a doc on another screen? You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, this job is horrible, but it pays really good. And I'm going to try to stay as long as I can. They need people so bad that they're not going to fire you. I was told that I have to speed up. Now, I was there for, let me see. I've been there for 2 weeks now. So I go, but next week it'll be my third week. And the trainer was like, you're going to have to speed up, not to scare you. Lady, you need people. I don't care if y'all fire me. Let me get past them 90 days. Well, I'm with a temp agency. I don't know how that works. But anyway, I don't care. Y'all need people. Y'all don't deal with what I can deal with. I'm not speeding up yet because the more I get into the system, I realize I have to do, with following the rules and doing the steps, I have to do more because other people's not doing it. For example, moving an account out. If someone, today is the 1st, and their account came due, no, say today is the 15th, and their account came due on the 1st, and they say, hey, I'm having financial issues, I can pay it on the 22nd. Notate, customer will pay on the 22nd, move the account out, so whenever you have to make your calls, that account is not in there because you move it out to the date they're supposed to pay. They don't even do that. They're telling people they can pay whenever, like, it's a show. I kid you not. It is, but I'm going to be right there for the fact of, you know, like I said, the hours are good, certain holidays are off, not too far from the house. There's also places around where I can park in case I don't want to go back on my, well, you know what, I can't say that because with my seasonal job starting up again, I'll be over there sleeping like in the garage and stuff in the van. But if I have to stay on this side of town, I got places where I can stay. So yeah, it is funny. It is absolutely hilarious. It's a hot mess. And what's crazy is the lady that runs the department and the floor manager are best of friends. So you're not questioning your friends as far as the high turnover. Like when I say they fly by the seat of their pants, when the trainer said it, I could tell. You didn't have to tell me that. But, you know, I can't figure out why y'all guys are questioning why they have such a high turnover. But because, you know, they're cool, she's not going to question her friends. But I feel like, and this is just what I feel, and it is what it is. I believe it was a person like me, they done fired me a long time ago. A long time ago. There's a problem with this. This is crazy. And a bank here bought them years ago. Why isn't there no upgrade? Let me tell you something. The keyboards are so old, the letters are coming off. When I say coming off, like the letters, you see half of a letter or they rub completely off. The phone system is horrible. They got headsets that don't even work. People aren't calling me back because the guy was like, can you talk to me on something else? You sound weird. No wonder the people are not calling back. Like, it is horrible. The monitors are so old, so outdated. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I say, I'm going to stay there as long as I can. Now, when I start paying off bills, I don't know if I'm going to stay there until I pay off all the bills or if I pay off a good bit, I can go someplace else. But yeah, it's baby. It's a hot mess. But yeah, so that's what I do. So I just wanted to update y'all on the life that I got going on. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I know the date I'm getting my truck. I know the date I'm moving my stuff. I'm moving my stuff. I know which storage facility I'm going. I know where my car's gonna be locked up at. So I have that. I'm going to wait because they tend to have specials. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for specials. But yeah, I know what day I'm officially moving out of the apartment. Yeah. I said I wasn't gonna do it in the summertime because I don't like heat. I despise heat. Heat turns me into a you know what? And I hate heat. But I think with the stuff that I have, I'll be okay because I have some type of relief versus no relief. So that's it with the life update, and we get on with the next couple of clips that I have. I remember when Dollar Tree came on the scene, and as the years went on, I got heavier with shopping and made it one of my stores. And the reason why I got heavy in shopping with it because people was doing a lot of DIY stuff with it. And then it got even heavier once, oh my gosh. But y'all, anyway. So it got even heavier once I realized, once it got expensive. Let me see. Once it got to $125 and they started offering stuff that you generally wouldn't think the Dollar Tree would carry, I can't talk. That's when it really got heavy. So when I need something or DIY or wanna whatever, I go to Dollar Tree. But before the increase, I applied way before the increase. And they were at that level of, we're Dollar Tree, you don't qualify. Which I've had the experience of stocking, and cashiering. They didn't want me. So shortly after it became $125, I wanted a part-time job, and they called. We all know why, because they can't keep people. They hire anybody. You can't tell me they didn't hire a few crackheads. They hire anybody. When that girl told me to stock part-time was $9 an hour, I said, ma'am, who is making it off $9 an hour? I said, no, I'm good. Now I'm horrible. Yeah. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I just went inside there, and you can get cash back. This has been going on for a while. But they charge $1.25 fee. Now, I never get cash back. I don't need cash back when I go to Dollar Tree. If I get cash back, I can go. We got a store. We got the grocery store where you can buy stuff and get cash back, no charge. And then we have an actual store you can go and just get cash back, no fee. So I just went to the Dollar Tree to look for something, and then realized that I could use something else I already have in the house. So I went and got paper towel and some this little cute little nail art thing. So I'm in line, and you know how when you're in line, you're looking at the different things that they have by the register. They have some beautiful dishes. Looking at the people, what they're buying, or whatever the case may be. Wait in line. So the people up front did their transaction, gave their receipt, they went on. Next person up front did their transaction, she gave their receipt. I don't think they didn't want it, went on. The guy in front of me did the transaction, and she was like, hey, you want your receipt? And he was like, and she said, oh no, hold on, let me get your receipt. Give me the receipt. She get to me, we do the transaction, and me not paying attention, I'm a thinker. I need to chill out and pay attention and slow down. So I remember doing the transaction, and I remember hitting no. I always hit no, because no is bright red top left corner. Every other color buttons I think is green or some other color. I always hit no. So then it asks you another question. So say, for example, my item is $1.25, and if I get cash back, it will ask you again with the cash back, because I've never seen that button before. That's what got my attention. But for some reason, I'm pushing. It's push happy. And it would say $21.25. And I remember seeing it, the $20 plus what I got. And I hit yes. And I was like, I didn't ask for cash back. And red flags went off. And so she took my receipt, said, thank you, have a great day. And she crunched it up. That threw me. I'm thinking like, what the hell is going on? Like, all this is happening, but I'm like, what? So I was like, I didn't ask for cash back. And she goes, and she's looking like, it didn't something about cash it back. Pretty much she was saying she didn't see it, or she didn't see it, or something. She was trying to say, no, I don't see anything but cash back. Drawer pops open. Oh. Listen, Methany, you're not getting my money. Methany, you're not getting my money. And you know what? This lady said this, and I never had it happen, but for some reason I remembered it because of this situation. She said that she was in the store and she was doing her transaction, and I asked her if she wanted cash back, and before she could say no, the option went away. And she said it caught her. You know how things can, like, something can happen and it's like something happened and it causes you to kind of like stop and freeze, and it's almost like think. I'm telling you, pay attention, you know, type. That's the kind of feeling you get, so you freeze. And she brought it to their attention, and come to find out the boy on the other side had pushed for her to get cash back, and if she walked away, he was gonna keep the money. Now I know some people that work at the Dollar Tree, because this one I frequent until I done made friends, and I've been going there for years. I'm gonna ask them if it's possible for them to do it on that side. And if it's not, then I made a mistake of precedent, and I'll eat that. But what you're not going to do is take my receipt and crumple it up and then go, hey, have a nice day. You're not going to wait for the drawer to pop open. Methany. People are trip. I'll update you if I find out if they can do that or not. Pay attention, people. I need to pay attention. I'm telling y'all to pay attention. I need to pay attention. I'm on one today. I remember when Goodwill started asking for money to for their whatever ever program. It's funny because I don't think that program is up and running. I don't never see the little store setups anymore. And I remember when they started doing it, and they had been doing it for a while, I remember going to the store and they didn't even have gloves. People had to bring their own gloves, the employees, to go through the clothes. I went in one today, and I think now since then, you know, prices have went up. They're selling the Target stuff more than for what they got it for, and all this other stuff. Like Target tag could be on there just as plain as day for $10, and they gonna try to sell it for $20. There's this Goodwill I've been visiting for the past couple of days, working on my van project. Why y'all still don't have no bags? These companies do not do right. And if you're an employee at a company, most companies do not do right. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how they try to spin it. They do not do right. You begging for all this money. I've been to this Goodwill for the past twice in 2 weeks, and you still don't have bags. Y'all asked for a handout. Y'all been charging all this money for this stuff, and y'all just, that's why people don't really mess with Goodwill. I went into Goodwill, so they kind of changed their tags, and their stuff is still on the expensive side. Now, I will tell you, every now and then, I will find a really good deal, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grab this. Like, I find some expensive stuff that's dirt cheap. Like the dresses, I found so many nice expensive dresses, and they sell it for $6.50, but they don't even know. I guess they don't look at the tag. They just hang the stuff up. It's extremely rare when I go there. I'll go to their outlet. The outlet on Wednesdays is like 49 cents or 59 cents a pound, but only if I'm looking for something. But I went in there and I found some stuff in the outlet that's amazing. It's $1.89 a pound, and if it's less than a pound, it's still $1.89, which is cool. But you gotta be careful. Sometimes you get people who just throw you a price. I love it. But yeah, but let me get in your store. All right, later. I went to Goodwill trying to find something for this sink, and I kind of got an idea, but I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But anyway, so I ended up finding these pretty pair of, like, I don't know what color pants. They're like a, excuse me, I don't know the color, but they're very pretty. I got them for $4.75. Very nice work pants. And the guy said, sorry, we don't have any bags. And I said, that's okay. He said, Goodwill is going environmental friendly. That's why they don't have any bags. Remember I talked about it earlier? Yeah. They don't have any bags. Yeah, I wouldn't believe where I am. Y'all, excuse me, my hair is braided on this side and not braided on this side, so that's why my hair look like that. But let me show y'all where I'm at. So due to the music, I had to mute this, and I also sped it up. So I am in this store, and as you can see, they have household stuff, they have clothes, they have snacks. The prices are off. This store is really not different from any place else, to be honest with you. This is a waste of space in a store and a business. They have Dollar Tree prices. They have stuff cheaper than Dollar Tree. They have dollar stuff that you would see in the Dollar General. They got stuff that Dollar General have. They got stuff that Family Dollar have. They have stuff that City Trends have. This is nothing special. There's nothing extravagant about this store. I'm not understanding it. And I apologize. My angle is horrible. I really don't want people to know that I'm recording, but I'm definitely working on that. But yeah, they have everything. You know, like I said, household items, food, furniture, clothes, stuff for your car. And it looked like they were just trying to fill the shelves up because they didn't have a lot of stuff. I don't know if this is supposed to be a warehouse type thing. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, don't waste your time going to the new Biglots, because this is it. It's just dry. I remember Biglots back in the days was a wonderful store to go to. Now, well, back in the day was good, and then as years went on, it just kind of went downhill. And now, oh gosh, I don't know who did this. I don't know if it was them or they sold it to someone, or what the case may be. But yeah, it was definitely a waste of time. So I don't, this wouldn't be a place that I would frequent at all. No, I just bought this from the Dollar Tree. Okay, this is $29.99, right? At City Trends is $16.99. Now what they done is somebody probably bought it, um, and the name, not sure, guessing, but and they're just finding stuff wholesale and they're selling it along with some of their old stuff. Now some of the stuff they got Dollar Tree beat on, some of the stuff they don't. Like those paper towels, those are $125 in Dollar Tree. I just bought some. Yeah, it's not a place that I would visit. It looks cheesy and cheap. See? Just bought some. So yeah, I don't expect for them to be around long. But anyway, let me carry on.